How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battle. Today we have a new team. It's like a low kicks Arboliver team. If you want to use the team, use the code at the top right corner of the screen. And please like and subscribe for more double daily videos. Okay, today we're battling versus Raymond from the Discord. Go ahead and join the Discord server. It's the best place to go for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Wi-Fi battles. I can't stress that enough. Anyway, let me know what you think of the teams. Let me know who you think is going to win. Looking at his team, I would say maybe a Toadscruel lead or a T-Tar lead. I'm just thinking what runs through my team. Iron Valiant's going to be quite difficult to break through, but we do have the Scizor and we do have the Arcanine as well, which can sponge some hits and with the Intimidate and stuff. Low Kicks is going to do all right here. I mean, the Tyranitar's there, the Toadscruel's there. First impression is just going to hurt a lot of the Pokemon on his team with Tinted Lens. So with that in mind, I think I'll lead with Grimmsnarl and go from there. And the battle begins. Wow, I love that Fuecoco hat. What the heck? I want one. They lead with the Iron Valiant as we led off with Jeepers. So whether this thing's physical or special, I don't know. But getting a Thunder Wave off on it is going to be really beneficial. And they don't have much to switch into a Thunder Wave other than the Toadscruel. So I'm going to go for a Thunder Wave right now and try and cripple this thing. There we go. We get the cripple off, which is great. Unfortunately, this does leave us susceptible to the, Eisenkrieger. That's a really cool name. They go for a Moonblast, that's going to hurt. Actually takes out Grimmsnarl, but we got the paralysis off, so Grimmsnarl did its job. Unfortunately, we don't have screens, but, you know, I suppose in hindsight, I could have gone for a light screen and then a Thunder Wave, but, you know, it's whatever. It doesn't matter. Grimmsnarl got the Thunder Wave off on the Iron Valiant, and that's there to stay. So, let's go into Arcanine. Arcanine can wall this thing pretty well. Volcastar over here. There we go, into the Arcanine. Arcanine gets the Intimidate off, which is going to be great if it has some physical moves. They do tend to run mixed. I'm going to go ahead and go straight for a Flare Blitz, just to get some damage off on something. I think chip damage is important in this game. They're going to withdraw the Iron Valiant, saving it for later. That makes sense to me. And they're going to go into Skeletorch, which is the Skeledirge, of course. There it is. So the Skeledirge comes in. We're going to go for a Flare Blitz. We get a bit of chip damage off on it, which is always nice. Does a little bit of recoil to us, but it's absolutely fine. We can deal with that. As now I need to figure out what I can do against this Skeledirge, because Arcanine can obviously not touch this thing. Can't touch it for its life, so we've got to think about this carefully. I have got the Garchomp, which could come in on a Torch Song here, because they may go for Torch Song so they can get that boost. Low Kicks could be good with a Sucker Punch later on down the line. And Arboliver's got the Earth Power, but I doubt we're outspeeding this thing, so that's going to be a bit of a shame. We could Terrestrialize Fire here. It depends on what we think they're going to go for. Do they go for a Shadow Ball? I think we go safe Garchomp. Safe Garchomp, because I know I can take a hit, and if they're going to go for a Shadow Ball, we can just switch into Arboliver, Terrestrialize into a Fire type, and then go from there. They go for a Will-O-Wisp. They are actually going to miss that, which is great for us. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the Stealth Rocks up, which will bait the Toadscruel out, hopefully. So we'll go for a Stealth Rocks first. I'm not too fussed about Garchomp getting burned necessarily. Ideally, it doesn't get burned. They're going to withdraw the Skeledirge because they don't want to get hit by an Earthquake, which makes sense. This is going to bait out the Tentacruel, Toadscruel over there. Nice and shiny as well, which is great. I really like the shiny Toadscruel. I think it looks really psychedelic. So we got the Stealth Rocks up, which is great. We don't currently have a Hazard Rapid Spin blocker, but this does give us an opportunity to go into our Low Kicks, which could be a really good Pokemon here. So we'll go into Low Kicks real quick. And Low Kicks is really small. There we go, going to withdraw a Garchomp, and we'll go into Low Kicks real quick, and we're about to get towered over by this Toadscruel, aren't we? Or is it the... might be just thinking of the pre-evo. So Low Kicks comes in. They actually go for a Spore, which is interesting. They're not going to Rapid Spin, which is fine, I guess. I mean, ideally, I'd like to not be stuck like this, but what can you do? I'll go for the first impression just to get the priority fast asleep thing going on, and then I'll go for a U-turn just in case we wake up. So they go for a Rapid Spin, which is going to do that, gets rid of the Stealth Rocks and all that stuff, which is absolutely fine. And I'm thinking we just go straight for a U-turn here, because we can't go for first impression now. Because obviously it's a first time, you know, whatever. So Tentacruel's going to withdraw. Hopefully we wake up this turn and we can get some initiative with the U-turn. They're going to go into Eisenkrieger. which is the Iron Valiant over there. Nice and shiny as well, as we are unfortunately fast asleep, so that's a shame. We could try and wake up again and go for a U-turn, but I'm actually more inclined to go into Arcanine, to be honest with you, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. Go into Arcanine real quick. There we go. And if we can get Arboliva in, Arboliva's actually going to match up pretty well against their team because it's immune to the Ghost type Rage Fist from the Annihilate. And they go for close combat. That's going to hurt a little bit, but not too much. Gets the defense drop, which is absolutely great. They probably go straight back into either Skeledirge or, because they can probably tell from that damage that I'm a defensive Arcanine. You can probably tell. So I think they go Skeledirge again. So I'm actually going to go Arboliva this turn, just for the sake of, yeah, we're going to go Arboliva. We're going to go Arboliva. We actually outspeed because they're paralyzed, of course. Oh, I was worried they didn't switch out then, but I'm pretty sure they'll go into either Tyranitar or the Skeledirge right now. They go for a Moonblast. Interesting. So that's going to get the grassy terrain up, which is great, which is going to heal us a bit in turn as well. They're going to lose some of the HP from the Life Orb, which is fine. We should outspeed here, right? I'm thinking Arboliva was a bad play here. Well, then again, I'm thinking they should have switched out because they're low on the defenses. A Flare Blitz would have definitely taken it out. Flare Blitz would have definitely taken it out. So I'm going to Trash... Am I going to Terastallize here? Am I going to Terastallize here? Or am I going to Strength Sap? I think we still get outsped. I think we still get outsped. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go back into Arcanine. Get a second Intimidate off. I think that's the best way to go about it. And then we go for Morning Sun. So go into Arcanine real quick. There we go. Volcastar comes in. Get the Intimidate off again, which is going to be great. As they go for another close combat, they're just staying in. That's fine. Stay in all you want. I'm going to go for the Morning Sun this turn, though. And if they want to go for another close combat with this thing, they can. We do get a bit of recovery from the grassy terrain, which is always nice. And the leftovers as well, which is great. So we could actually get away with going straight for a Flare Blitz, but I really don't think they'll stay in. I don't know why they've stayed in so far. Let's go for a Flare Blitz and just see what they're going to do. They're actually going to withdraw this turn. And they're going to go ahead and go into Gojira, which is, of course, the Tyranitar. No doubt in my mind about that. Going to get some nice and powerful sand on the field, which is great. Now, Flare Blitz is going to come through, not do anything to them. It does more than it does to the Skeledirge, which is nice, I guess. As we don't get the burn, which is, obviously, I wasn't expecting to get the burn. But this actually hinders us a bit because if we go for a Morning Sun, we're not going to be able to get as much health back as we would normally. So I kind of want to just stay in here and go for a Will-O-Wisp. That's kind of what I want to do, go for a Will-O-Wisp. But then if we lose the Arcanine by missing the Will-O-Wisp and getting hurt by a Stone Edge, we're in a bit of a pickle. So we've got Defog on this. We could go Garchomp again. I think Garchomp's the best bet. I think Garchomp is the best bet. So we'll switch into Garchomp real quick. T-Tar is kind of threatening right now. So we'll go into T-Tar real quick. Garchomp real quick on the T-Tar. They go for a Stealth Rocks. That was kind of expected, but I couldn't risk losing my Arcanine when they've still got the Iron Valiant line around there. And the Skeledirge as well, really. But, you know, it's whatever. So, what comes in on an Earthquake on that team? Gyarados and Toedscruel, probably. So, do we... I'm not going to Terastallize into a normal. Why am I normal? Why am I Terastallize normal? Someone explain that to me. I'm going to go straight for an EQ and just get some damage off on something. They do switch out... Do they go Toedscruel or do they go are they going to Toedscruel? Expecting the Stealth Rocks, obviously. So that thing comes in. We're going to get a nice and powerful Earthquake off, which isn't going to do any damage to it, but it's Chip. It's Chip. Now, they're going to get recovered by the leftovers. It's not a Chip, really, is it? Because of the grassy terrains. Basically just got back to full. I don't know how we're going to beat this guy. We're going to have to make some plays. We're going to have to make some epic plays. So this thing has... It'll have Rapid Spin Spore. It'll have Dual Stab. So with that in mind, let's go into our Arboliva first, and then from there we'll just handle it from there. So Pointy Stones are going to dig in, which is unfortunate. They go for a Giga Drain, which is going to do nothing to us. This is an offensive Arboliva as well, which is good to note. I don't think our energy ball is going to do too much damage, so I'm definitely going to go for a strength sap here. Definitely going to go for a strength sap, I think. So we'll see what's going to happen. We'll see what's going to happen. So I've been laddering. For anyone that wants to know, I'm going to go for a strength sap. I'm going to go for a strength sap because we don't want to Terrafire because of the potential earth power. Strength sap will recover us from whatever they want to bring in. They're going to withdraw the Tentacruel. And typically Oliver that I see, which is very rare, I'm special. Because Gyarados is special. Everyone loves Gyarados. He gets the Intimidate off, which is absolutely fine. We're going to go for a Strength Sap real quick, lower their attack further, and recover our own HP, which is just great. So that's perfect for us. Now, they probably go for a Dragon Dance now, which is fine. I'm going to go ahead and go for an Energy Ball first. They go for a Hurricane. Special. Oh, I'm special. I get it now. I get it now. They are literally special. So we got the Energy Ball off. Now that we know it's a special Gyarados, best bet, we don't really have a good switching other than Scizor. Scizzor's not going to take a Hurricane too well, but we're going to have to try it. We're going to have to try it, aren't we? So we'll go into Scizor real quick. Verniax over here. We can definitely take a Hurricane from this thing, that's for sure. There we go, Hurricane comes through. We can definitely take it, I'm sure. Wow, that does way more than I thought it would from a Gyarados. I'm especially defensive Scizor, by the way. Like, that's crazy damage. Is that choice specs? It's got to be choice specs. We can take another one thanks to the grassy terrain and leftover support. And we can go straight for a U-turn. That way we'll get a free switch into something else. Or I go for a Defog. I think we go for a U-turn here. They're going to withdraw. There we go. That's fine. You're going for a U-turn was the right move there. As they're going to go into Hit Me the Annihilate. I know it's Annihilate because it's called Hit Me. Which means Rage Fist is going to get boosted, which is a real shame. Please don't get fully confused. There we go. Go for a U-turn. We can get on out of here now. We can't really touch Annihilate, can we? I mean, we literally can't. It's a ghost type. But, I mean, we shouldn't touch Annihilate. I'm going to go into Arcanine anyway. And I want to try and get a Will-O-Wisp off on this thing. Hopefully it tries to set up bulk ups and stuff. That'd be nice. Get the Intimidate off, which is going to lower their attack, which is the best. Oh, damn it. I can't believe I've done that. I can't believe I've done that. I can't believe I just activated their Defiant. I can't believe I just did that. So they've got a base 100 power Ghost move, which they're definitely going to hit me with. I'm going to Will-O-Wisp anyway, just on the off chance we live. They're actually going to withdraw. Okay, cool. So they realize we might be faster than them, and they're going to go into I'm Special, which is the Gyarados. They are slowly whittling us down, which is really frustrating. What can you do? We go for the Will-O-Wisp. We do connect it, which is nice. There we go. Yeah, because Arcanine could potentially be faster than the Annihilate, so that's probably why they switched out. I could go for a fast burn. They don't really know what we're going to do necessarily, so that's fine. We get the burn off on the Gyarados, which is great. It's a bit of chip damage every turn. They're probably choice specs. We can probably expect a Hydro Pump right now. I'm going to go into our Bolivar again. I think we're going to our Bolivar again. There we go. Into our Bolivar. Oblivious over there. Stealth Rocks do dig in, which is fine. They go for a Hydro Pump and miss. I guess that's why it's called Hydro Miss. And we have the opportunity to go for an Energy Ball again on something. So if they bring in the Skeledirge, we might be able to catch it off guard with an Earth Power. At the same time, we might not. So I go for an Energy Ball here. They're going to go for a Hurricane. They are not choice specs. They're not Life Orb. They're definitely Heavy Duty Boots or something like that. We get off the grassy terrain though, which is going to boost the power of our Energy Ball, which is great. Hopefully getting the KO. We do get the KO. It was a crit. Not sure if the crit mattered because, again, grassy terrain is up boosting the power even further. As we're going to get some recovery from said grassy terrain and the leftovers, which is great. So we took out the Gyarados, which is progress. It's progress at the end of the day. Absolutely progress. In comes Hit Me. So Hit Me is the Rage Fist Annihilate. This thing is scary to me. I'm not going to go into Arcanine again. I'm not falling for that trick again. I guess I go... I guess I go into Garchomp and get some Rocky Helmet rough skin damage off. I mean, we are physically defensive Garchomp, so they're not going to go for a Rage Fist because obviously our Bolivar is a normal type. They definitely go for a close combat here or a Drain Punch. Let's see what they actually do. They go for a Bulk Up. That's no good. That's no good. That is no good. No good at all. So, what do we do here? We have to Dragon Tail, but that's going to damage it. We have to Dragon Tail, but that's going to damage it. Let's just get it out of here. You go for a Rage Fist. 100 base power. It's going to hurt like a truck. It does actually not do too much damage, as we're going to be able to get some Rough Skin and Rocky Helmet damage off on it, which is great. As then Dragon Tail will once again just phase it out of here. That is going to boost Rage Fist, and unfortunately it does stack even if they switch out. So now they have a 150 base power Ghost type move in their arsenal, which is terrifying. Terrifying to say the least. Terrifying to say the least. So this thing comes in. Again, we can just go into our Bolivar and we can just wall this thing. Provided it doesn't have Sludge Bomb, which they don't typically carry. They normally carry Spore, Rapid Spin, Energy Ball, and Earth Power, or even Giga Drain. I believe we saw Energy Ball earlier, or Giga Drain. We saw Giga Drain earlier, which is fine. Giga Drain's not going to do as much health. We do get some recovery back from the leftovers in the grassy terrain, which is always nice. As now I'm thinking we go straight for a Strength Sap, get our health back. They're going to go for another Giga Drain, which is fine. It's not going to be that big of a deal later on down the line. Go for the Strength Sap. We're going to get some nice recovery from that. I know Tentacle doesn't have the best attack in the world, but it's still a really good recovery move, to be honest with you, as that basically brings us back up to full, which is amazing. So absolutely amazing. Now, the only thing that worries me now is that they might, and I say might with a big might, with a big capital M, is they might go into the Annihilate now to try and get a Defiant boost from the Strength Sap. So I'm inclined to go straight for the Energy Ball. They do withdraw the Tentacruel. Are they going to go into the Annihilate? Gojira. That's the Tyranitar. They're going to get the Sandstorm up. Okay, that's fine. I can live with that. I can live with that. So Gojira comes in. We're going to get a nice and powerful Energy Ball off, which should do a decent chunk of damage to it. There we go. That's nice damage. We do get buffed by the Sandstorm, however, which doesn't activate the Seed Sour, unfortunately. Otherwise, I would stay in and attack again if we had the grassy terrain up. We don't know. We just don't. So I'm thinking we go... What do I do here? What do I do here? We need a free switch in. Right, okay, Arcanine's there. They go for a Stone Edge here. We go back into Garchomp. Garchomp's our best bet. Garchomp is our best bet. So we'll go into Garchomp. They go into Toedscruel after that. Hopefully. They go for a Thunder Wave. That's going to fail, of course. They've got the Stealth Rocks up, so it is the set that I thought it was. It's like a defensive set with Stone Edge, either Crunch or Earthquake, Thunder Wave, and Stealth Rocks. So, knowing they're going to go into Toedscruel now, I'm going to make a really risky play and go into Low Kick, because I'm going to have to start making some risks. I'm going to have to start taking some risks if I want to win this game. Because we are currently even Stevens, really. Not really, actually. We're not even Stevens at all. So, they are going to withdraw Gojira. And they're going to go into the Toedscruel. Tentacruel, there we go. This gives us an opportunity to go for a Choice Band and First Impression, which could potentially take it out, or damage something else really badly. They probably go into... No, I'm going to go for a First Impression. I'm going to go for a First Impression. They do withdraw the Tentacruel. Are they going to go into the Skeletorch? Skeletorch, there we go. That's fine. We get some chip damage off on it. If we wake up, which we don't. So that's a real shame. Damn, Low Kicks is a hard Pokemon to use. Low Kicks is a real hard Pokemon to use. So, we expect Torch Song. We go Arcanine. Look at our team though. We're whittled away. We go Arcanine anyway. We try and get a Morning Sun off. I think that's the best thing to do right now. Morning Sun isn't going to recover as much, but it's fine. And if Arcanine goes down here, so be it. So be it. We don't really need Arcanine too much anymore. They go for a Torch Song. That's going to take us out probably. Doesn't. Interesting. So it's going to boost their special attack, and then they are probably going to have a... They don't. Okay, cool. I was going to say they're going to have a throw spray, but they don't apparently, as we know, because, well, I don't know. I'm going to go for Morning Sun, just get some health back. There we go. We do outspeed, of course, because we're an Arcanine. We're a lot faster than a Skeledirge. Getting that Morning Sun's going to be really nice. So they go for a Torch Song now. There we go. And boosting their special attack so much is going to be really bad for us. So I'm going to have to make a different play here. I'm going to go into Garchomp. Garchomp I know can take a Torch Song. I just hope they don't switch up moves and go for a Shadow Ball, because if they do, well, then so be it. We're just going to have to deal with that somehow. Somehow we are. Go for a Hex. That's not good. Nearly takes us out. Not quite, though, as we're able to go for an Earthquake now. They probably stay in here after they've had the boost so they can finish us off. They know Skeledirge can take an Earthquake. Oh, time has run out. The battle's over. So we ended the battle on a 5 versus 5 remaining. So I guess do Pheromons. Who do you think is going to win that one? That was a really intense battle. I can't believe how the time passed. Oh, wow. So, yeah, let me know who you think won that game in the end. I personally think my opponent had it because they had the more offensive pressure. They had a better structured team in general. My team was just kind of thrown together. So, yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section. Thank you for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, of course, leave a like, subscribe, all that wonderful stuff. And with that being said, I'll see you all in a bit.